Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Hurts throwing right away. Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that at just about every position. And sometimes if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
Warriors 70.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
So 2 incompletions have led them to an early 3rd and 10.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts.
And he fires one that's intercepted.
And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
And part of why they came to this week with a winning record is that they feed off of mistakes like this. And now it's a prime opportunity. Just moments in the game to get a short field touchdown off of their big defensive play. Now on the other side, they were already the underdog in this one. They just made their uphill battle just a little bit tougher.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. The play action fake. They'll look to throw.
Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take over here up near the 40.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Now an option play on 2nd down. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
How about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
Let's go now. Cougar 19.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field. It took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Hurts sets up to throw it. He'll get this into the hands of Antonio Gibson.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
But I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
First carry here for Ken Walker.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
On 2nd and 11 now.
Hurts.
And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted.
And the Dolphins are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Okay,
the first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Check contact. Ready, go.
Again, here's Adams. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage.
Only 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Back to throw here. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And a 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
18 Cardinal, 19 Wyatt, Buffalo 18.
To throw again on second down. Hurts. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's caught inside the 30.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts.
Going to throw deep for the end zone.
And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Here's Hurts to throw.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Half goal 80. Trap 60, trap 60. 79 Broncos. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it.
He's going to have the first down and more than that.
And he'll be out of bounds. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a sharp throw right there on third down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want it to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a 1st and goal.
Here we go now on 1st and goal.
After 60, after 60.
Here's Walker.
And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal.
Hurts completing this one quickly.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there with touchdown number 12 on the year.
And the Commanders will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that makes the score 7-0.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone.
And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this first quarter.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home.
Jonathan Allen in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion, one more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Montez Sweat with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And he'll take it on this side of midfield. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first.
Okay, I'll admit it. I'm a little surprised by that call. 2nd and inches. It did what it was intended, but it felt like it was a free play waiting to happen. I thought they might take a shot.
19 tight. 19 tight. Come 19. Come 19. 65 catch. 65 catch.
But first down, Hurts.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. Now we've got whistles here before the snap, and I believe this is going to be on Washington.
Now after the false start, here's 2nd and 7.
Play action. Here's Hurts.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sack.
Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action. Otherwise, why do you stop at the running back? You just run straight for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Throwing is Hurts.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
And the Dolphins are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
They start on the ground with Adams. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Hey, check that, street.
He'll drop to throw. And this one is incomplete.
And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Back to throw.
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Montez Sweat. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front seven defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball in his hands a lot quicker.
A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do.
18, Pioneer.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Hurts. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown. A great effort there. 60 yards.
And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that'll make the score 14-0.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
Get it. Pat the streak. Pat the streak.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. A run up the middle, Adams. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. That one caught by Tyreek Hill.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Complete to right.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Second and 2.
And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points. But he could not get that to stick. And that is a golden opportunity wasted there.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you definitely going to find out how he handles adversity because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
So we've reached halftime here in our nation's capital with the Commanders on top.
As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this third quarter.
Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter three.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half. And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
Up the middle they go with Adams. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. On third down, he'll drop to throw. He's got a man, complete.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
And that's complete to Adams.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle.
A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Dolphins have cut it back within a score.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
We often give credit to the O-line there. Two tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
They go play action with Hurts. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Buried behind the line by Christian Wilkins. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
Panther 60, Panther Cowboy 80, Mustang 19. Warrior 70. Panther 11, Panther 11. 19 tight, 19 tight.
Another try after the first down sack. Hurts. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked up by Javon Holland. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get the field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
On play action, they'll throw. Oh, that'll be incomplete. He took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over it.
They're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. Well, Charles, the NFL record is 66 yards. That was 5 shy of that, but only a handful of guys have ever connected from 61 or deeper, and he can add his name to the list.
Yeah, more and more guys are trying it. That doesn't mean the success rate has gone up. That is a long kick. Guaranteed, when he turns on his phone after the game, a ton of congratulatory texts will be awaiting him.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Off the play fake, here's Hurts.
Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Hurts.
And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Channing Tindall. And the Dolphins are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Brandon, what's even more impressive is that came against double coverage. He gashed them with that reception, even with the extra focus that he drew from the defense.
On first down, this is Adams. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
They run on 2nd down with Adams.
And he's going to be stopped close to the first down marker at Washington's 12-yard line.
It's 14. They'll try and pick up the first down with Adams. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game.
He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins.
Brock Wright.
A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Dolphins have taken the lead here in the final seconds of the 3rd quarter.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 17-14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He finds his man complete. That's Bush. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter.
Ready, break!
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Hurts. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used the calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Boy, tight game like this, fourth quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high. The tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. They'll look to throw here. Buying time to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. That's Daron Payne with a sack that time. But it's been a little bit of feast or famine because he's thrown for decent yardage, and obviously they've got the lead, Charles, but now he's been sacked 4 times.
And what I'm focusing on is his toughness in the pocket. Because you mentioned the feast or famine part. He's played well in between being dumped on his back. But every time he's had a chance to throw the football, he's been impressive.
Let's go now.
Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21.
Right there. Hurt. Let's go.
On the ground, right side, it's Adams. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line. Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Dolphin got going a little early.
Okay, ready?
Every penalty so critical at this stage of the game as now they've got it 3rd and long. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
So that gets him a little bit of breathing room, but not much. And you have to think back to the field goal that he missed earlier. This would be a 2-score game right now if he had converted then.
And if you and I are thinking about it, you know he is as well, because in the back of his mind, he's thinking, I hope I get one more shot in an important spot. He just made that one. He wants one more later to truly make up for the earlier miss.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone. They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins force the turnover, and they'll take over at the 10. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment.
It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. They have to love seeing that from their young quarterback here in the 4th quarter, able to further that lead with a touchdown pass.
He didn't go turtle, did he? And you know what I mean by that. I had an old coach used to say all the time, hey, when we have a lead late, don't just tuck in and try and ride it out. Go out and play and extend the lead. And that's what he did.
So now the Dolphin offense will stay out there as they'll go for 2. They'll try and throw for it.
And he's got it. So the two-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth quarter lead. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
Washington will take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Come on.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10.
Here's Hurts to throw.
And he's got his big tight end here.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
He's trying to protect his quarterback's blind side. Got nabbed for the hold.
You have one job over there. Make sure that man does not get hit. So if you have to hold occasionally, do so because they don't catch all of them. This time they did.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a second and very long. And my goodness, another interception.
And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
Boy, what a turnaround. They exited the lockers with a nice lead, and now all of this. What's happened?
So when you start to write your novel, you'll start out with, it was a tale of two halves, won't you?
Right, but I'm a bad writer.
I don't know exactly what happened because sometimes teams can go in with a lead and get too comfortable, too relaxed, and a couple of things go wrong, and it's hard to get back that good feeling.
On the handoff, Adams here.
And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30.
The Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
They'll swing this complete out to Hill.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Still 9 yards to go on second down from the 27.
Now back to throw. Going for it all. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
And the Commanders are right back in this football game.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
Yeah, that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Out of the gun now on third down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
The throw over the middle taken in. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 45-yard line. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gives them a new set of downs.
50 Bobcat! 50 Bobcat!
But 1st down, Hurts.
Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Hurts. And he rifles one incomplete.
Now the focus is really clear. They need to get that 1st down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. His big game continues. 10 catches now and another 1st down.
Throwing is Hurts.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete.
Here we go.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hurts completing this one quickly.
And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. 23 yards, the final tally. Again, he'll drop to throw.
And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
And now defensively in the 2-minute drill, the big key to me, make sure you understand your assignments. And anytime you get a chance to tackle someone in bounds, get them on the ground.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown. But probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off.
Now Joey Sly for the point after.
He's got it, and they're back within a touchdown at 28-21. So with just a few ticks left, they need a miracle. And the Dolphins are indeed going to get this, and that should all but do it. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for Miami, the win moves them to 8-7 now on the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for Washington, they hit double digits in losses as they fall to 5-10. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to